Oh yeah, he was completely thrown off. Even Dimple, like he sees the whole time his character development. He was even him's like, wow, he's changing without me even knowing.
Yeah.
Especially like what is it when the last time you see Mogami, he tells him you need to be hard on people, and then Mob took it a completely different way, being hard in a good way rather than punishing them. He wants to take this burden on himself because he knows that they can't help.
Yeah, I don't even think Mogame meant for him to be hard in a bad way. I think he did want Mob to genuinely have a happy life, and that was one of the, and he saw Mob as like the opposite of him. Well, so similar to him, but yet so different. And he thought that that's what he needed, was to be harder on people.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I guess some people take it differently, but yeah, I could definitely see though. Yeah, he sees the comparison Mogami to Mob as his age, and he, I guess, went down the path he went. And then look what happened to him, right? Spirit.
Right.
But overall, yeah, it's like really, definitely, yeah. I would say my favorite's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but then second is Mob Psycho. And for not spoiling the manga, but there's not really much left. So even if they were to make a season 3, it would not be like 11 to 12 episodes. I think at max it'd probably be just like 5 if they're stretching it.
Right. I don't see them doing that then, which is too bad.
Yeah, because I think I heard rumors about season 3, but I was like, how's that possible to be so short? I don't even think it would be worth their time.
Did you ever see the show Space Dandy?
No.
It's by the same studio.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it also just happens to be like another one of my favorite shows of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's so good, and there's definitely some parts like where you'll be like, wow, the art in this, like you can tell this is the same studio.
Yeah, I mean, even the things like, I think one of the best shots of Mob Psycho, maybe two of them, was, when was it? The girl, she's like crying after Mob saves her, and that shot was unbelievable. It's like, damn.
Yeah, there's some great cinematography.
Or the one with like Emmy, where he's doing his his psychic powers to pick up the pieces, then she looks over. Like, yeah, they definitely have some good shots.
Yeah, and if you're into anime openings, like Mob Psycho season 1, but season 2 by far has like just one of the best openings like of all time. It's so sick.
Oh, and I think the OSTs on them, yeah, the soundtracks are really good too.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love the one that plays right at the ending, yeah, when Mob and Reagan kind of patch things up together, and then that song comes in, right as he says "Happy Birthday."
Yeah.
So overall, yeah, really good anime. It's a shame it's only 2 seasons, 23 episodes, but yeah, I don't think I see a season 3.
Yeah, me neither. Luckily, it got a better second season than One Punch Man.
Oh, yeah, the complete opposite. My goodness, like season 1 was like unbelievable, One Punch Man, and then season 2, yeah, it was a flop.
It's so sad. It was a different studio,
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But I mean, it's still just so unlucky because I like that arc. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a lot. I think it's a lot more fighting than like season 1, I'd believe.
Yeah.
I was very ashamed with Garu versus Metal Bat. I was like,
oh my god, that
could have been better,
bro. In the manga, that was like so sick. That was like one of
I was waiting for
fights.
Months for that. I was like, oh, it's almost coming up. I was like, that's it.
I know, but Garu is just such a great character.
Yeah, he's like, I like him for sure.
I thought it was super cool.
He's the finally first one, I guess, because the hero's always winning. It's like, no, the heroes can't always win.
Yep. Well, he's basically a hero. He just doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah, he's just fanboy the whole time. Yeah. And it's interesting though with One Punch Man, they have the manga, but then they have ones just comics, his drawings.
Yeah.
Those drawings are definitely a little rough.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny because it's like he was just some guy. He was nobody, and then one of like the premier manga artists was like, wow, I love your story, I want to make it a real manga. Like, that's such a cool thing to happen.
Well, it is, and it's definitely, like I said, because I read all of his one's drawings of the manga, or I guess like what they call the web comic, and then seeing the comparison to the anime or the manga is just funny.
Yeah, and it's just cool to see how much of a vision he had. Like, he's just drawing like stick figures, but he had this like brilliant story in mind.
Guess that's what shows what it takes in animes and all this. Story trumps animation, all of that type of stuff. Sound architecture, sound design, and all that. Just story beats out things.
That's true. But I mean, when the anime came out, like, even though I was like, yeah, this is a parody of a shonen, I was like, this is still the sickest shonen I've ever seen. Like, when he punches like a mountain and it just disappears, like, oh my god, some of the things that happen in season 1 are like the coolest things I've ever seen in anime.
Well, the funniest thing, I think I show a bunch of my friends who don't even like anime. They find the funniest thing in the world with how Saitama tells how he got to the point where he is.
Yeah.
And then the end is saying, in essence, in order to become strong, you need to become bald.
Yeah, the fact that it explains both how he became so absurdly strong and how he became bald is just so good.
That's for sure. I mean, does one have anything else going on?
I don't know.
Because obviously I did know Mob Psycho was same as One Punch Man, which definitely different for sure. I could say that. It's interesting you also had the comparison between Mob and, was it Tatsumaki or the Terror of Tornado?
Right, I can see that.
Because they're the only both espers. Well, there's a few espers actually. One Punch Man, they're like 3.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, overall, like I said, yeah, that's your favorite one, Mob Psycho. One of your favorite, same as me. Like I said, yeah, everything, stories, characters, just story progression, plot. And yeah, I think
10.
what I love most about it's not even just the fights, animation. I think it's some of just the things outside of it, I think, that were very good as well. Like I said, his whole time just with kind of Emmy going through this, or him all the interactions with Mob, what the heck is it? The Body Improvement Club. All of it was just so good.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for this discussion. I appreciate it. And I'll go ahead and make a link to your YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you very much for having this.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me.